Hello and welcome to Icebreakers. I'm Alexis Downie. We're a full week into the Stanley Cup Playoffs, and there's been some anticipated matchups that have been closer than what we expected, and these games' results have been a little bit lopsided, so let's take a look at each series. The Carolina Hurricanes and Boston Bruins series has been tight, with each of the teams having 2 wins apiece. The Canes took games 1 and 2, and Carolina scoring 10 goals between those 2 games before the series moved to Boston, where the Bees have won the past 2. And the Bruins were without their top D-man Charlie McAvoy on Sunday, who was placed in the COVID protocol. And for Carolina, Tony DeAngelo is leading in points with 5 through the series. I'm still expecting the Hurricanes to pull out the win. The anticipated St. Louis Blues and Minnesota Wild series has been everything that we wanted it to be. St. Louis took Game 1 before the Wild bounced back for Games 2 and 3, and then St. Louis took Game 4. And I think that this series will be a battle to the very end. The Wild have opted to play Marc-Andre Fleury in net for each of the first 4 games, having a .914 save percentage and making clutch saves in big moments. Blues captain Ryan O'Reilly had a special Sunday, notching 3 points with his mom in attendance for Mother's Day. You can see how excited she was when her son scored. The Blues took a 5-2 victory. Another back-and-forth series has been the Tampa Bay Lightning and Toronto Maple Leafs, as they've alternated wins to get them tied at 2. And honestly, after the first game, I thought it was going to be all Toronto in this series, but Tampa has found a way to bounce back. Now, Toronto's Mitch Marner has been a part of that, as he's led the team with 6 points through the first 4 games. They've also taken an NHL-high 32 penalties through the first 4. Tampa's power play has looked strong, though, with 5 goals in the series. Game 5 is tonight in Toronto. Now, the LA Kings have been a bit of a surprise to me, as they're tied at 2 in the series with the Edmonton Oilers. With the high-powered offense from Edmonton and the young defense from LA, there have been a lot of goals scored in this series. LA took Game 1 with Edmonton taking Games 2 and 3, and then the Kings winning again in Game 4 on Sunday. Mike Smith has been in net for each of the games for Edmonton with a .942 save percentage. The Battle of the Metropolitan between the Pittsburgh Penguins and New York Rangers has been very exciting to watch. It began with a thrilling 3-overtime win for the Penguins, where their starting goaltender Casey DeSmith went down with an injury, and Louis Domingue stepped in and took the victory. From the third string to starter, he has been a big part of the Penguins' success in the series. There have been a lot of goals scored as the series remains tight. The Washington Capitals have done a great job of dictating the speed of the game against the Florida Panthers in their series. And as someone that picked the Panthers, I'm a bit surprised to say that I am a little bit worried about them in this series. After the Panthers netted the first goal Saturday, it was all Caps, as they scored 6 and dominated in the win. I think the Panthers, though, will find a way to pull ahead and move on. By no surprise, the Colorado Avalanche have dominated in their series against the Nashville Predators, scoring 16 goals through the first 3 games, and 2 of those games being 7-goal games from Colorado. But there was a scary moment in their game on Saturday with goaltender Darcy Kemper. Late in the first period, after being poked through his mask with Ryan Johansson's stick, Avs coach Jared Bednar did confirm that Kemper is okay. He just had some swelling. Heading into Monday, the Avs will look to get the sweep. And the final series with the Calgary Flames and Dallas Stars has seemingly been the closest if you look at the amount of goals scored, despite there being a lot of scoring chances on both ends of the puck. Calgary took Game 1 with Dallas bouncing back for Games 2 and 3. Jake Ottinger has been strong in net for Dallas with a .969 save percentage and allowed 3 goals through the first 3 games. I do see Calgary coming through in this one. Those were my Icebreakers. I'm Alexis Downie. Tune in next week for more coverage of the Stanley Cup Playoffs.